Hi, this is Simon Chan, and welcome to my No BS, No Hype network marketing training. We have a special training here. I really want you to pay attention to a very, very motivating story on a super dynamic leader who's emerging, who became a silver director. And to become a silver director, you and your team have to generate over 10,000 volume points, which is roughly about $12,000 US. And not only are you able to help people, but you earn your first $1,000 check in a week. Okay, first $1,000 US. This is the big milestone for a lot of people. I've a lot of distributors, new distributors have come up to me to say they want to be a silver, they want to earn $1,000 a week. But what does it actually take? And the reason I want you to pay attention to the story, it's a great leader, and she's going to be a superstar diamond. I tell you, her name is Julia Ching, out in Perth, Australia. And just to share a little bit of background, and in this training, she will share with you what was the turning point, how she was able to close and sign up more people. She had a lot of prospects who were kind of in the follow-up stage, and what actually changed to get them to start, and all of a sudden to make that decision to join her, right? And all of a sudden she sponsored like 5 or 6 people in a week. But the story, just to give you her background, she was a poor girl from China, a little tiny village, making 300 RMB a month. And I don't know if you know 300 RMB is. That's like, roughly like $40 US a month. And I don't even know how you can survive like that. But she went from there and somehow was able to make her way to Australia. And now is going to be a superstar leader in network marketing. Has earned her first $1,000 check. So pay attention to the story. There's a lot of lessons here. Stuff from training her team, to her desire, to her focus, overcoming the challenges, how she manages the time. And again, the lesson is, how does she close all those prospects? So pay attention to this training, and because there's a lot of things you'll get out of it. Can you say a few things, Julia? Are you there?
Yes, hello.
Great, Julia. So Julia is the newest silver director in Christina Cheng's, who's Emerald director and Diamond Mastermind member in her team. Very inspiring story, how she came from. Why don't you share a little bit, Julia, about your background? I mean, how you came from China, and how you went to Perth, and how you got started in the business.
All right. I was like from a very poor family background, so I don't have time. I don't have money from my family to provide me to go to the university in China. So I went to the TAFE, like a TAFE college, to become a teacher, because my parents said, well, become a teacher, you can get income straight away, help my family, because my father got rheumatoid arthritis when he was 37. Which is, I was just a little girl. I have no idea why my father always stay at home, never go to work, always lie on the bed. I have no idea. Until older, I realized, we got disabled dad at home. So my mom actually worked extremely hard to provide the basic living and basic education for me to go to the TAFE, to quickly get income to help the family. So after that, I realized this is not enough for me. So I started learning. In China, we have a self-taught program, which is you can learn like open university, like something like that. You study and you go to the exams. So you don't need to pay uni fee, you don't need to uni, but you can still actually get work to get paid. So that's what I did for 4 years, which is I got a bachelor degree of English education, which is I can become an English teacher after that. I think that's the thing I learned from that journey. If you badly want something, you can achieve what you really want. Because I really want to go to uni, get a degree, like my friends all have, but I didn't have the degree, just like a diploma. I feel like really bad compared with my best friends. But after 4 years, when they graduate uni, I got my degree, I got work, I got money, everything. So I feel it's a sense of achievement and confidence. I was teaching in the government school, earning very little, like 300 RMB for 1 month. That's when I first started. 300 RMB, probably like how many Aussie dollar? 50?
$50 a month. Wow.
Yeah, 50 Aussie dollars a month. That's in 2000 when I just started to work. And then I realized I still want to study and then pay for the textbooks and pay for what I eat. There's nothing left. I thought, wow, I can't do this. I can't do this. Even I love teaching. So I realized, no, this is not really I need. I have to get something more than that. So I keep changing my mind to go to Beijing to work. So try to send resumes, anything, try my best to get all of this government job, even though it's permanent. My mom said, this is permanent. You don't need to worry about your job. You will stay there forever. I was like, wow, I don't want to stay here forever. This is like so poor village. And then you get paid like this. How can I help my family? So in 2004, I quit my job, went to the Beijing, is an international school. I become an English teacher. I think from there I see a better world because Beijing is a big city, and also the school sent me to Australia, doing an exchange program. After that, I become the office manager, which is when I was 26. So I was working extremely hard, like 24 hours, 7 days. I never had a holiday and never had a weekend because I just really challenged myself, want to get all of the things I want to learn. The salary, of course, is increased to 5,000 a month. My family was really happy. So, wow, take a risk. Actually, you made something change. But after that, after doing 3 years of being managed the teachers, I realized all the same. I will be the same all the time. I can see myself if I couldn't doing this. I have no life. I have no time. But I only have is doing the same thing all over time. At that moment, one of the older teachers encouraged me to come to Australia to study. So at that time, I was okay, I need to quit my job. Everyone was shocked again. My family said, you're 28. You're going to another country to study by yourself? So where your money come from? I can only pay for my first semester. That's all the money I have because RMB changing to Aussie dollars, not much. But I made my decision is I will work in Australia well in my holidays or in the during the study time. So use that money to pay first, and then I use the money pay for the next coming ones. So it's continue for like 2 years. I realized something is when the why becomes stronger, the how become easier. So I have no idea why I'm so brave take that risk because I don't have much money. Who knows you will get a job or not? Maybe you don't get anything. How could you find a place to live? How could you find things to eat? I remember I spent $20 a week for my living, just for my eating. And my friend said, how could you do that? $20, what do you eat to make you survive? Luckily, I think in the third year, which is in 2011, I met Christina. I went to a church, I prayed, I said, I have nothing, I need to a place to live, I need a job to get my uni going because that's my last year. And then a very nice lady introduced me to Christina. She said, this lady may help you. Maybe you should talk to her. And then Christina met me. She said, oh, let's have a chat, interview first. So what kind of job I can offer you? So after telling my story, she feels really, really empathy. She said, oh, okay, maybe we have a spare room. You can stay with my family for the rest of the year, but just help us looking after the house when we're traveling because we're doing business. But, oh, okay. That's like a big relief for me. At least I have a place to live, I have food to eat, and I just concentrate on making the money for the tuition fee for the year. And she's the lady introduced Usana to me. At that time, I feel like I have no idea what Usana is. I don't know what is the opportunity ahead of me, but I trust her. She said, this is really good. We're looking for Chinese speaking to marketing the market. But also have another thing is because my father has rheumatoid arthritis. He believes supplements will really help him. I never take supplements. I never actually trust the supplements. Never take. My father said it's good, so I started buying from Australia, buying different brands. He didn't see the big difference, but he said, okay, help me, just keep buying. Until I meet Krishna, Krishna said, wow, why don't you use this for your father to try? After I used Usana for my father said a big difference, really, really good. Oh, wow, I need to ask my father, can you tell me why it's really good, how it's helping? So he actually saying it's very, make his body feel so light and his inflammation in his joints has reduced. The feet become smaller, the shoes become bigger, and he can lift his arms, and his digestion problem become better. Heart problems goes over and get recovered. Also, wow, maybe this is something really good. So I started to actually look at it more seriously, ask Christina what exactly it is. I remember the day when she explained the compensation plan. I have no idea because I have never known what is network marketing. I have no idea. The first thing in my mind is maybe the Chinese illegal ones, the circles, drawing the circles. In my mind, I have that doubt, but also these people, this family doesn't looks like cheating me, but they looks really professional. They looks really kind of hard people. So this the trust. Then I joined in the business in 2011 February when I just moved in the house. I have no money, but she said, "Oh, we can lend you." Okay, so I borrowed the money from that, opened the 3 business center. I have no idea how to do it. She just telling me every morning when I have breakfast, what should I do? What should I learn? During the daytime, I go to uni, and then after that, I do some cold calls because at that time I couldn't drive. I don't have many friends. I was so poor. I only have McDonald's friends, and they're all teenagers, like 14, 17s. But I couldn't make even friends with them. There's no really topic between us. So it's really struggling. I think at the beginning when I started the business, I have no idea. I think I did a lots of different things like cold calls, Gumtree, post ads. This take me like 6 months to finally find one person really happy to join in. But after 3 weeks, her family said, "Oh, just like too much pressure from her family," and then she dropped out. At that time, my friends I introduced to some of my friends. People say too expensive, and my friends say my brainwashed. My uni teacher said, "Okay, I help you because we know you working hard students. We help you buy from you, and then after that, never buy again." I just feel like, wow, this is really, really hard. So when the year finish, you have to find a job, get a PR, and also have to pass the driving test. All of things comes up. So the business basically is like on there, but doesn't do that much. Until 2012, I started being a teacher and then earning some income, and then actually I moved out from Christina's place. I realized I'm doing the exactly same thing when I was in China. I'm working hard to make the programs happening. And then the school and the students very happy, but I work longer hours. And then I said, I was working this in Beijing. Right now, I come to Australia doing exactly the same thing, but I'm teaching Chinese rather than teaching English. Maybe the working conditions is better and also no lots of as much pressure at that. But also, I see myself come to the same kind of track. Um, and also in my mind, I always thinking do something business, but I have no idea. But right now I'm thinking, Yusana, maybe I should really thinking about it. So when I went back to China last year, December, when I stayed my father's change, really, by myself, because before always talk on the phone. I really don't know how much difference is until I went back to say him. I say the big difference is real happening. Wow, this product is that good. Um, I have the confidence. I don't care. My friends they will say I'm brainwashed. I don't care. They say expensive. Well, I tried all different products. My father didn't have the big difference, but this actually make him happening because that's my dream. Want to help my father can walk, at least can walk outside the house or see the neighbors. This is the basic things he never done in his life. He stuck in the room in the house for the 30 years. So I think if this can help him, that's my big passion. It's really become a passion and helping more and more people become like this. But after that, I discovered Simon Chan's website. It's actually Christina introduced to. Look at this website, so good. I remember the first day I discovered the website, I stayed on the bed for like 5 or 6 hours, then moved. Wow, it's so good, helping me clear my mind what actually business is. I think that's the moment I start. Basically, at the beginning of this January, is the really business start. Yeah, that's my background. Hope, sorry, talk too much.
Speechless. A lot of stories here. I think everyone's very inspired by just sharing. And I remember when we met in Perth, you said that one of the things that motivated you was when you were in school as a teacher in Perth, you started a very successful Chinese program, right? And
Yes,
and you basically helped the school expand, correct?
Yeah.
And one of the things that Julia did is her Chinese program was so good. Why don't you share a little bit about it? It's better for them to hear
Okay.
from you.
I think that sometimes I think God helped me a lot because everybody is suffering finding a job. But when I graduate, that's before I graduate, still in an internship in teaching the school. One other friend actually told me, actually come from a prospect, Christina's upline, prospect my friends. And this girl said, oh, I know Julia. And then she wants me to talk to about her about Usana. But this girl said, hey, Julia, you know what? There's ads on the newspaper. You should look at it. It's a job. From there, I look at the newspaper. There's a job looking for Chinese teachers. It's a fall school. I have to teach in fall school because they starting the Chinese program just organized thinking to start, but they can't find teachers. When I was applied, on the first day, the principal actually interviewed me on Monday, and in the afternoon they told me I got the job. I thought, wow, that's very quick. And then later on, when it come to the position, they said, wow, we've been looking for this kind of person for 2 years. The program planning just there, but they couldn't find the right person. They couldn't do it. So just when I graduate, I applied the job, they found me. They can't start the program. When I start the program, everything is from the scratch. So you have to build up the resources, setting up the program. So I put a lot of effort in it, and the student doing really, really well. And we did Chinese speech competition after learning Chinese for like 9 months. They got a prize. All of the teachers were, wow, you teach like in a new school, the students already got a prize come back. Because of that, doing really well. And then the CEO, which is the Catholic Education Office, invited me to do a presentation for the language teachers. So I did a presentation. I think Usana actually helped me a lot. When all of the other teachers doing presentation, their presentation is like sometimes longer, sometimes different ways. But mine is very short and sharp, full of content, and very concentrated what I did. And all of the teachers was very shocked. Such a little girl can do so much with 4 schools, teaching like 500 students in a week. And I made dumplings, doing calligraphy, paintings, all the programs with them. And then after that, they actually offered the school 70,000 for grant. That's the grant for helping the school to build up Asian language Chinese programs for each of the school I worked. So right now the school actually want to expanding it and work really closely with me to actually do the program. So I feel like, wow, I work so hard, but the money come to the school is like everything about the resource. It's good for the teacher, but in another way, like we say, you saw if you're doing really well, they say, oh, you can have a traveling, have a rest. But in this one, the more you work, the more program you set up, the more busier you are because they realize how valuable you are, and then they want you to do more.
Yeah, Julia, are you there?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very, very inspiring. By the way, you shared a lot of things. One of the things I want to mention is that she has a great upline. So Emerald Director Christina Cheng, and about providing value, right? Christina reached out to her, provided her a place to live at her home, and you know, it's like now she has a great leader. I mean, I talk about Julia, and I meet a lot of different distributors, and she is going to be a superstar diamond because of when you talk about people ask me how do you know someone is going to be good. Well, you look at the history, the background. I mean, she has gone through stuff, pain, and Usana's probably compared to the other stuff you've gone through, very simple in many ways, right? In terms of a journey and the challenges you've gone through, and the mindset. She has the mindset. She's very aggressive, in a good way, going out there, and you know what you want, and you go out and get it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. You said, what are some ways you have seen yourself change in the mindset ways?
Um, I think regarding the business, I think before it's like very blurring. I have no idea. I don't know the vision. I see all of these people very successful, Christina, Elise, they're diamond director or $1 million clubs. How could I get there? I have no idea. How could I'm so far away from them? Um, I think once you get into it, you're learning every day, just like you persistent, improve yourself, being immerse yourself into it. Think about yourself, you're the confident person. And then I say, wow, it's actually achievable. Before, when I look at these numbers, Christina said, if you want to be achiever, you need 2,000 points on each leg. So, wow, 2,000? How could I get 2,000? That's very hard for me. And then right now, look at the silver directors, 5,000, 5,000, and I did it. So it's like you can't. You feels like so hard, but you break it down in a steps, learning, growing, and then you get there. So right now, I have the confidence to go to gold because it's like 4 weeks, 5,000, 4,000. Before it's like, no way, I can't get there. I just like, that's too hard. There's too much numbers. It's too big. I think that's the big change. You realize you can't do it.
Yeah, it's just that. So, what made you change? What made you seem like from 2000 so hard and now 2000 easy? What made you change? How did you change?
I think I changed it just because this half year after reading the website and then learning the skills. I think the skills, the mindset is there, but the skills, a lack of skills, a lack of networking, um, uh, all of these people I don't know. I don't know lots of people. So that's my obstacles. So I have to learn the really good skills. Before I don't know how to talk, even though Christina teach me more like the products, the content, the health, but I still don't know how to actually invite people, how to present, how to grab their interest. But right now, I'm very clear. You have to helping others. You have to find the needs. I think that's the key point. Once you finding the needs, actually business happening is much easier, much faster, more effective, I realize. And then I found the key to open the door. And then you realize, oh, this is doable.
Yeah, very good stuff. Just for leaders out there, I want to emphasize it's about the mindset, right? When the mindset, if your mindset's correct, you don't have the skills, it's no problem. You will learn the skills and you will take off. If you have it's like the computer, the operating system. If you have a good operating system, you don't have any software, you can get software later. You can get the skills later and be good. But if your mindset is all wrong, all messed up, doesn't matter what skills you teach, it will not matter. You know,
Mm.
so that's what the mind. When you do training, the mindset is very important, and to emphasize to your teams as they change, like changing from an employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. As they grow their minds, their business will grow. Because the leaders with the right mindset, they will go out and figure out what happens. Like the skills, you'll go out there, you'll learn. You contact me. Again, we met in Perth. And one of the things about Julia, she always sees it, very proactive. You've never met her, very, very proactive, meaning you you don't need to necessarily ask her to do things. She'll actually come up to you and say, hey, I want to do this, right? A lot of things for she didn't even share, like prospecting a food court, flyers. I think you've done that. Almost every different type
Mm.
of prospecting, you have done it, right? Not easy, not something you enjoy doing it, but you realize the more you do it, the better you get. So where she is now is all because of all those things she did, outside the comfort zone and just going out there and like I said, when when she said like the why is strong enough, the how becomes easy. How now? Um, we're over a little bit on time, but I want to touch on a couple more things. Okay, I think everyone's very inspired by the story. Anyway, so
I think
very inspiring. During your silver run, you sponsored a bunch of people. How many people did you sponsor, and how did you get all those people to join 1 week?
um for myself, my experiences, all my people joining in that week. I sponsored by myself, so like 5 people in a week. But another team member helped me in one person, like one business center. But all of these people, actually, all my build up relationships with these people, I all actually know them like 1 month ago. So I realized this for me is not many people actually you meet them straight away. They sign up straight away when you do runnings, because when you run you have the pressure, you have the excitement, but also these people already know that you sign, already present them. Just follow up, follow up, follow up, many times follow up, And then this week, that's the right time for them and also helped me, because I told them this is the week, the BDS free, and so many people line up. They all actually watching, just like the carrots dangling, because I told them if you're not coming, the other people will come straight away. So they all actually thinking, because they already thinking this opportunity, but just don't have to make the final decision to take action. And I learned another thing is closing. Before I didn't really concentrate this, but right now I really concentrate in closing. Unless you close them, then nothing happens. So in this thing, I just really clear the mind. It's not I really force them. It's educate them to say how this business will help them. If you say the benefits, if you don't take it action today or tomorrow, do you say you're wasted another day or two? So my uni friend, I only know her actually less than 1 month. After her exams, I told her this is something I really want to do. No matter you join or not. If you join, I will focus train you to be the leader of the uni. But if you not, I will keep looking for others. It's up to you. You want to come to be this position? And she said, yes, I really want to do it. Well, what are you waiting for? And then she signed up straight away. So after she signed up, I told other people actually looking for her, well, she's already on the top. If you're not coming, there were lots of people will, you will be under them. So I think this is a strategy. They all come in at the same time on the last week. Yeah.
Hey, that is awesome. You guys hear that? That is how you close. Okay. You don't let them think about it. You don't let them go. I mean, you just tell them, hey, get started right now. You said you want to change. If you don't do this, where will you be tomorrow? You very confidently guide them to make that decision. Right. That is how you close. Most people who have problem closing, they're intimidated, they're scared, they're afraid to offend people, they're afraid. They're all these fantasies. They don't even. It's just like it's not even reality, right? You don't even know if prospects think that, right? But the reason why people can't close, oh, I shouldn't be too pushy, right? The thing is, people are looking for leaders like Julia to guide them. And I mean, if she prospected you, how many of you would have joined her? I know, she prospected. I would have joined her, right? Because that's someone that's confident. The way, even right now, the way she's speaking is very confident. And you know what? If you're not sure, just listen to the recording, right? Would you join someone? I mean, I would have joined Julia. Very, very confident. And that's how you close. Now, a couple other things. I know you talked to Hermione or Bihan Zhu, Advanced Diamond Mastermind during the run. And how did Hermione, another mastermind, help you out? What advice did she give you, or what did she do?
First one is for me to understand when a prospect, first thing I realized Bihan can do it. She's only 22. When she started, she's 20. That means there must be people like 20 years old like her. So possibility. Before I just say, oh, they're 20, they're 23, they're just like a baby. They couldn't think about anything, enjoy the live parties or look at the clothes, shoes, what they're going to buy. So that's all I have. But when I look at the Bihan story, look at her writing, look at all the things, well, wow, if she's there, there must be some people there as well. So in my mind, I would just say I'm need to looking for a person like that in my uni in Perth. So this kind of thinking for like 3 or 4 weeks in my mind, always thinking, I need to find one person like that. I need to find one person like that. I think of this miracle. When you think all the time, the person actually come up. So we did a presentation in the uni. I met this girl, is 20 years old. From her looking, from her gesture, you can tell she is a person really passionate and positive. But when I talk to her, the more I talk, she said, oh, I love listening to you. I love listening to you. And then after that, I showed Bihan's story and Bihan's things wrote it on the website, on the Facebook, and the public things. She was so inspired. She said, if she can do it, I can do it as well. So that's actually, I think, is the leading example. If there is an example already be success, so there must be people can do it as well. And I told her if some people say, oh, not everyone can be successful. Well, if there's one person successful, you can do it because the 99% are doing the wrong thing, only 1% doing the right thing. So you need to follow the right thing to find the why she did, how she achieved it, so we can do it. I think this is big helping me because example there, and also for me realize these people are out there waiting. You just need to find them.
the lesson there is the change in mindset, right? A lot of
Mm,
times the answers could be right in front of our eyes, but we don't see it because of our programming, the way we're brought up, the way you can say brainwashed, the way our limiting beliefs. And for you, what Julie just said was she believed 20 years old, all they care about is shopping or going partying and having fun. They're not thinking about business until she met behind Hermione, mastermind member, and she saw her website. Did you also see her magazine or no? The
yeah,
magazine
yeah, yeah, I
article.
bought the magazine. Yes.
Okay, so she saw her MLM Training magazine, saw that, and so it's all about like the people where you'll be 5 years from now is dependent by the books and audios you read, listen to, right? The people you meet and the events you go to. And for her, it's just like happening to come across Hermione, saw her magazine article, saw a 20-year-old girl, and by 22 she can be a gold director. So it means there are people out there, right? And so instantly, it was like wearing a blindfold. You take off the blindfold, and Julia starts seeing those opportunities. And then immediately, and instead of thinking that's a great idea, she took action on it. She started going to universities and then found her prospects. It's a
Mm,
big lesson there in terms of, so we always have to ask ourselves, what are limiting beliefs that are holding us back? I mean, that's something I ask myself every day. In what way do I need to change? Or could it be from my previous experience or the way I was brought up or my good things happen or bad things happen that's making me react a certain way. And that way, the decision I doing, it may have worked in the past, but it's not going to work for me in the future. So
mm,
questioning your beliefs, and sometimes once you take off the blindfold, things are so easy. Yeah,
mm,
the answers are right there. So I think that was a good, the very very big lesson. So as we wrap up, Julia, what are some of your upcoming plans for you and your team? I know you're going to implementation vacation, you're going to convention, you're very excited. But so I know you know, investing in self development, that's important to you. That's a no brainer. But what other things do you have in plan for your team and for them to grow?
um, I think the first one I set goals. We had a meeting straight away after I came back from Canberra. So I said I'm running gold at the end of this year. So we want to actually everybody involved in to improve themselves when I was on the running because I know this is a group, a teamwork. Without them by yourself is really really hard. So the thing is really build up the kind of culture together really can achieve something because when they say my change, it's a wow, Julia can do it. We definitely can do it. If she can leading an example, but they actually want to come on the board with me. I think the first week they still have a little bit doubts as wow, running good. This I can't make the commitment. But second one when they share the things, people say I don't have time. Which oh look at the John, look at this magazine, this guy working so hard they don't have time but have to find out time when they work from the toilet on the way they can message people when they come back they can message people just 1 2 minutes you can use it so I can really share them let them just say how actually defining time to do the business. I think last week we had yesterday we had the training, everyone was come aboard, was very excited, and I shared the website, let them to listen to your videos and join the inside circles, ask questions. And also I did, Grace and I designed the presentation in the uni. I said, well, I'm just on fire. I have to make this happen. I have to help these uni students really build the confidence, the communication skills, help them. This is my passion. So they say I was like in actions. So they all actually come as, wow, so good presentation, so good. This was well, this is something very exciting for them as well when I'm doing it. So I think they all very interested to learn more. So this is like building the first one, the enthusiastic, the excitement. Next one is breakdown. So we say have to sponsor 2 or 3 people in a month, everyone. If like 8 people of us doing it, that's a lot sponsoring at the end of the year. So that's my goal at the end of the year. I ask people, they say running gold has to prepare and has to a lot of time. Some people take 7 months, some take 2 years, sometimes take one. I just say, well, nothing is possible. Let's have a go. That's only 6 months left.
Fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's been really enjoyable working with you because the energy and being proactive. It's been really fun. Okay, we got to wrap up. But Iris, you had a question, right? I'm going to unmute you, Iris, because I didn't really understand your question. You can maybe ask Julia directly. So Iris, you're unmuted right now. Okay, Iris, why don't you say a few things on the mic and we can hear you?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. So Julia, you can hear Iris?
Yep.
Yep. I just want to ask, is there any people will follow up you when you are not in the situation that you are doing Usana? Follow up?
So what do they mean?
I just want to ask, is there any people follow up you when you are not in a situation that doing Usana?
Anybody follow up with me?
Yeah, because I have a few downline that is not in Usana, but I think they are very good, but sometimes just don't know how to follow up them.
Oh, that means some people follow up with me, or I teach my downlines how to follow up.
Yep, yep, yep.
How to teach your downline to follow up? Is this your question?
How to follow up downline to who is not.
Oh, how do you follow up at the downline?
Yeah.
Okay. I think every prospect is different. Every downline is different. You have to really to say the personality, the relationship you're building with them. How do you actually follow up with them, and also really care about them? For example, my downline actually had the baby got sick, so I have to really thinking what's going on the baby, how to help every day. You know how it's going to get better. So you have to really care about them, really put your heart there, and then they can sense it. And then you say any challenge you are facing, what can I help you? For I have a Singapore downline, which is my very funny. She's my student. When I was in China, when I first my job in the government job, she's my student. She came to Singapore to study and she became a nurse. Her friends taught her USANA, and then she know me doing USANA on my Facebook. She started to talk to me, and then after all of this compares, she said, "Oh, I want to join you." So when I follow up with her, she's like sometimes very easily not very motivated because not many people actually physically be there with her. So I share the inspiring stories, and then I will say, what is the challenge? Your challenge could be your mindset, and then I share somebody like Brad, Stonelands in Sydney. So if he can do it, of course he can do it. And then I share Grace, is 20 years old, just joined the business for 2 weeks. She's constantly learning, improve herself. So you have to do this as well. So and also because the relationship I with her is I'm the teacher, she's the student. I can do this. But so some of the downlines, they are older than me. So when I say this, I can't use this kind of way. I have to think of another ways. So maybe I share this story with you. How do you think this? So I think you have to really define the relationship, the connection, or how do you let them to feel comfortable. But at the end of the day, it's how you care them, how you can help them as a person. I think that's the best. Is that helpful? I can't hear anything.
I was muted. Iris says I just muted everyone. I'm sorry about that. So she says it's helpful. That's very, very helpful. Last thing, what if there's one important lesson? We wrap up the call. If there's one important lesson that you want everyone to learn from your experience, what would it be?
Probably three things I want to tell everyone is if you really want it, something will happen to you. Just you have to dream, you have to visualize that happening. The second one is really persistent to do everything you need to do every day to make the results happening. The third one is just have the really strong belief. When the why becomes stronger, the how become easier. On the silver run, I just realized I really want it so badly because it's not only for me. I think it's for my team to say a leader to come up. I need to get their position because I want an example for them. I need to be there first so they can actually grow. If I'm not there, they can't grow, my team can't grow, and my business can't grow. So this is how badly I want it. And no matter what effort I put in, I want it happening. So the first week, second week, third week, not many people join in. But the last week, just the everyone comes up. So I never think about this will happen, but I never think about the last week will happen. But in my mind, I have to make it happen. So I think this is for anything.
So much for sharing. It's real, like I said, you're going to be a super, super diamond just from your story. Very inspiring. And you have the mindset to be successful. You just have to be patient with things may take a little longer, but it may go faster, but maybe go longer. And also be patient with yourself. It takes time to learn the business, but you got a great future. Very, very, very exciting. And so Julia will be at convention, and we'll also be at implementation vacation and also bonus day. Right, so we'll see you in LA in like I think 3-4 weeks. It'll be a great time. So thank you again for sharing, Julia. That wraps up the call. So that's it. Yeah, congrats again to Julia Ching. It's an amazing story, very, very heart touching story. Just shows the what people can do when you are focused, right? From China earning like $40 US a month, finding a way, right? And when things don't work out, don't just say, why doesn't it work out? Think of how. How can you change? Maybe look at things with a different perspective. Maybe your prospect's not signing up. Maybe you can be doing something different or saying a few different things. So it's amazing training. This is something you want to save in your archives. Share it. Go out to share with new team members. Maybe share with your prospects of how this amazing industry, this profession of ours can change lives, because definitely changing Julia. And this, I promise you, this will not be the first time you hear from her. She's one of my mastermind members. She will become a superstar diamond director, and I know she's dying to prove me right on that one. So remember, we're in a profession to help others. There's tons of people like Julia that need our help, need this industry. So we're in a profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.